Kernell's going public and unilateral action. Alright class, today we're going to look at another major theory about presidential power, Samuel Kernell's idea of going public, and how it connects to the president's ability to act unilaterally. Back in the late 20th century, political scientist Samuel Kernell noticed a shift in how presidents tried to get things done. Traditionally, presidents followed the Neustadt model, persuasion and bargaining behind the scenes with Congress, political elites, and interest groups. That was the insider's game. But Kernell saw that modern presidents were increasingly bypassing those private negotiations. Instead of working quietly behind the scenes, they were taking their case directly to the American people. In speeches, television addresses, campaign-style rallies, he called this strategy going public. The idea is simple. If you can't win over Congress through quiet persuasion, you try to rally public opinion so voters put pressure on their representatives. Going public turns the legislative process into a kind of public campaign. Think about it like this. If a member of Congress gets dozens of calls, emails, or town hall questions about a president's proposal, they might think twice about opposing it, even if they don't like the president personally. That's the pressure Kernell was talking about. Ronald Reagan was a master of going public. He would give primetime addresses asking Americans to support his tax cuts and then urge them to contact their members of Congress. Barack Obama used a modern twist on this with social media and town hall events to build support for the Affordable Care Act. Donald Trump did it almost daily through Twitter, bypassing traditional media filters and speaking directly to his political base. But here's the catch. Going public changes the political game. It's no longer about quiet compromise. It's about mobilizing public opinion, which often means drawing sharper contrasts between the president and Congress. It can rally your supporters, but it can also harden your opponents. Going public is risky because once you've called out Congress in public, you've made it harder to back down quietly. Now, when going public doesn't work, or when Congress is gridlocked, presidents often turn to something else, unilateral action. Unilateral action means acting on your own authority without going through Congress. This includes executive orders, executive agreements, proclamations, and signing statements. It's the president saying, if Congress won't act, I will. For example, when Congress wouldn't pass immigration reform, President Obama issued the DACA order, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, to protect certain undocumented immigrants from deportation. Donald Trump used unilateral action to impose travel bans and divert military funding to build sections of the border wall. Joe Biden has used it to forgive certain categories of student loan debt when Congress wouldn't agree on broader legislation. Unilateral action can be fast and decisive, but it comes with limits. First, the courts can block it if it's unconstitutional. Second, what one president does, the next can undo just as quickly. That's why unilateral policies often feel temporary compared to laws passed by Congress. So, Kernell's theory and unilateral action are closely linked. Going public is a way to pressure Congress by appealing to the people. If that fails, unilateral action is a way to bypass Congress altogether. Both are modern responses to the same problem: a polarized, slow-moving legislature that makes it hard for presidents to get things done through traditional bargaining. The big takeaway? The modern presidency is as much about public campaigning and direct action as it is about quiet persuasion. In today's media-saturated political environment, presidents often find it more effective to step in front of the cameras or issue an executive order than to spend months haggling behind closed doors. But remember, these tools are double-edged swords. Going public can mobilize the nation, but deepen partisan divides. Unilateral action can solve immediate problems, but rarely produces lasting solutions. That's the balancing act every modern president faces.